Happy April Fools, guys, and what way for me to celebrate than by cooking steak, preferably a New York strip, which comes from the short loin of the cattle. This is an Angus cut. Today I'm going to be showing you how I would cook it. To season, salt, pepper. You're going to have to do it on both sides evenly. How I would flavor the steak while cooking is thyme, but you can use rosemary as a good option as well, or other herbs, and garlic. Next, what you want to do is get your pan nice and hot so that it sears the steaks and not boil it. Apply olive oil, but canola oil works as well.
If the pan's not hot enough by the time the steak hits the pan, the steak will boil and not sear, which is why it's important to heat the pan in advance, preferably slightly above medium heat. It's also important to shake the pan as the steak cooks, just so as to not burn the steak on its surface. Let the steak cook for about 2 to 3 minutes before flipping it over. Before then, cut 1 clove of garlic in half. Once the steak's brown on the first side, it's time to flip it over, and cook on the other side for about as long as the first side. By then, rub 1/2 of garlic on the cooked side to put more flavor into the steak. Set that and the other half of garlic aside from the pan and apply thyme leaves to add more flavor. Once the other side is cooked, take the steak on its fat side and set it on the side of the pan to make it crispier and easier to chew. This is what chefs call rendering it down. Afterwards, I'll give the cooking another minute. Once the steak's finished cooking, take it out of the pan and leave it to rest for about 3 to 4 minutes to retain its juices.
So our steak has been rested for about 3 to 4 minutes. That allows it to retain the juices or whatnot, from what knowledge I know. When you're slicing, you're going to want to slice at an angle as a way to prevent the steak from going cold. From here, that is about medium to mid-well. You want to cut it into big, thick chunks. So as a result of our cooking, we have a mid to well steak. Normally I'd eat it a little bloody to medium, but that's fine.
New York strip, done.